Hello, fams, faves, likes, and loves, and those souls I have yet to meet. This is Jeffrey DeShawn, the Inspired Muse, with your Tuesday Pep Talk. Now, I have one for you that was just hit me. The inspiration just hit. It actually is inspired by the beginning of a conversation Tyler Perry was having with Joel Osteen on, I believe, Joel Osteen's Praise conversation show. And Tyler was beginning to sort of share the story about his family and his beginnings and his mother and his father and all that he had gone through, just really as a result of being born to caregivers, right? Vessels that hadn't been prepared for him. They came into being parents with just what they had and only what they had. And in the beginning of the conversation, he began to encourage people beyond anything else in your life, if you could just get to worthy. And his reference was get to the level of worthiness that God had created for us and invited us to in the Bible, right? Which I truly believe in. And I want to take that a bit step further, beyond just the Christian, religious, and spiritual context, and say that particularly in moments like this, in this moment now, where we have been in this state of, as I talk about retreat, right? In this place that has created a space for many of us to begin to reflect on our lives, right? In a way that has allowed us to detach, because we're forced to be detached from a lot of external entanglements and engagements, right? To really, we've been able to reflect on our lives and notice some things. Jill Scott posted on her Instagram. They had the wonderful Jill Scott, Erica Badu, meet up on Sunday night. And in an Instagram post, she had talked about how she has found herself purging things, purging people, purging habits. And in this moment of self-purging, right, as we are letting go of things that no longer serve us, right? Things that maybe had us entangled and consumed with things that weren't actually helping us create the landscape of possibility that we desired for ourselves. It's an excellent time to also expedite your process towards and be the catalyst for yourself to getting to worthy. And if you're a believer in faith and Christianity and whatever your spiritual religious faith may be, it's getting to the worthiness that your Creator has said is your divine birthright. And if you're a Christian or faith believer, you know that once you get to that level of spiritual worthiness, that then you have to put that in practice, right, in mind and heart. And in order to do that, you have to get to the level of worthiness that you know about yourself for yourself. And so as we sit in this interesting moment, particularly in the United States, where there's talk of, and there's already begun to be the reopening and the return to sort of normalcy, life as it was, take a pause before you rush out of the gate excited just because you have done the purging and shedding. And some of us feel lighter. There's some of us that are still feeling heavier. And for them, this is particularly for you in this moment, those of you that are still feeling a bit heavy, given all that's happening, the loss, right, of loved ones and resources and quality of life and time with other things outside of ourselves. But the time that we've had with ourselves can help us get closer to worthy. Because here's the thing. Despite what experiences we've been through in our life, and I know from my own journey, and particularly those experiences that I brought upon myself, right? My actions, my deeds, my relationships, my behavior, my choices, either created or fostered or sustained things in my life that were not feeding me and serving me, right? And so in this moment of where some of us may find ourselves moving closer to worthiness as we have let go of entanglements and purged and shedding, that we may have a better understanding of why we are worthy. What is it about ourselves and what it is about our families, our children, our loved ones that we have created about us that makes us worthy? What is it about the new talent and inspiration that you hear that many people are tapping into? Because now you're home, you have the time to do the cooking, to do your art, to tap into engagement with, teaching and training your children. So now is a great moment in time to ask yourself, to realign with, your self-worthiness. And as Tyler said at the beginning of the interview, it's not about pride and ego, because we know the difference. In these days, my goodness, do we see the difference all around us between, when it comes, the difference between worthiness and understanding of self-value and ego and pride. So I'm not talking about ego and pride, but I'm talking about as we step forward into this new framework, right, of our world and how it flows, given the presence now of COVID-19. Finding a space where you know you are worthy and deserving and equipped with the power and ability to create the life from here forward that you desire for yourself, your family, your loved ones, and community. Despite all the loss, all the trauma that we've been experiencing in this moment is the perfect time and moment to tap into your worthiness and come forward and come out tall and strong because you have survived this moment. So many, and it's almost owed to the souls that have not survived this moment that we must step forward, as I've said in the past, different and do something different. So why not choose to do something different and invest in yourself and tapping into your worthiness that you know, not about the things that have gone wrong, the decisions that you wish you hadn't made, the former regrets that you have had, the lens of how other people have seen you in the past, which can be hard to step out of. Well, one way you can step out of that easily is to tap into your worthiness and identifying the things that make you worthy, right? And the thing that you about yourself that you know, I'm contributing to my family, my community, things that I'm good at, whatever that is, tap into it, own it, and hold tight to it. And no matter what happens moving forward, because there's going to be more disruption, there's going to be more changes, because that's what happens in this moment as people react and shift and try to find their ground and therefore their control and ownership in that space, right? So I find oftentimes the society and systems and individuals feel like they can find space if other people don't find space, right? If other people don't feel themselves worthy, then I can become worthy. And I'm not talking about that either. I'm talking about you knowing internally to yourself what it is about you that makes you deserving and worthy of all that is. And in that, loves, my goodness, all things are possible and nothing is out of reach. So let's go forward. Let's tap into that moment. We owe it to the souls that have gone on in this moment to reignite and reconnect with that which makes us worthy, and worthy from the perspective of that which we know internally of ourselves, not external validation. We know what that looks like. We felt it. We've had a lot of it, but we still find ourselves in this moment. So tap into that worthiness that's yours and divinely yours and let yourself fly. This is Jeffrey DeShawn, the Inspired Muse, with your Tuesday Pep Talk. Go forth and know that you are worthy.